Hey everyone, and welcome to my Pitfall, the Lost Expedition 100% tutorial. Now, before diving into it, if you haven't already, I strongly recommend you watch Ripper's Any Percent tutorial, because I won't be going over the majority of tricks covered in them. His 4-part tutorial will be linked in the description below. I highly recommend you watch them. Once you get back from watching those tutorials, or if you've already seen them, let's dive right in. And go. Just like any other run, you start your timer as soon as you click New Game, and just perform your standard Jaguar fight. There's nothing special here. Easy does it. Once you enter into the crash site, you want to instantly start holding roll and roll forwards. In this area, we'll be collecting 7 idols, 2 standing still idols, and 1 from an explorer. Grab your first idol right here, and then roll towards the plane. Do a jump kick here to avoid a ledge grab, and punch through these vases, I guess, and this door right here. Once you get to it, you want to do a jump kick at the top. Otherwise, you can kick through the door and you'll get kind of stuck behind it like this. So when you get to this port, you'll want to jump kick above it, and that'll avoid you getting stuck here and just losing unnecessary seconds. And it's just annoying. Easier to just jump kick at the top. But grab the Explorer here, and for this part, when you grab the Explorer here, you want to angle your camera towards the area you're going to go, which will be back to the plane, and then grab it. Because if you don't, here I can show you. As of right now, once it comes out, camera's already facing that way, and you can just go. But if it's not, and you come over here, say the camera's facing this way, we want to head back towards the plane, right? But our camera's this way, it grabs the idol, it turns the camera that way in the cutscene, but once we get back here, camera's now facing that way. So now we gotta roll this way and turn the camera around, and makes everything a lot easier if you're just already looking that direction, saves you some time. Alright, and then you just want to head back here. You can roll, kick through that area, doesn't really matter what you do. And then triple jump up here towards the plane's cockpit. If I can get a triple jump going. Grab the idol up here and head into the cockpit area. Once inside the cockpit, you want to grab the Shaman to your right, and following the route I go by, you want to buy health from here. You can of course make your own route as long as you figure out what you buy when and where, but I like to buy health here. And right here, after buying health from the Shaman, you want to roll to the left and try to bounce off this little sidewall right here. If done correctly, it'll give you a little boost, come like this, that you roll forward and kind of give you the get you to the plane a little faster. You want to kick you into the plane here and go to the cutscene on the left side of the area and grab the bottle. The reason we grab the bottle here is due to the game being a little finicky. Depending on which items you get where, they're preset to loading into certain item slots. So if we didn't get the bottle here, later on in the run, when we get TNT will be taken out by Torch. Or I think it's Torch. One of the items. And due to grabbing bottle here, it pushes it one slot forward more, and it saves us having to lose TNT, because we don't have the ability to open up our inventory yet. Later on when we beat Puska, we'll get it back, but this is just, it's faster to grab the canteen here, it saves us time later in the run. After you get canteen though, just kick down the tree and head over here into the native jungle. Once you've entered the native jungle, we'll be grabbing our one and only idol of the section to the right over here. To do this, we can either jump to this vine over here and slowly move across, or we can do a little bit of a precise jump and skip the first vine, jump all the way to the second one. I'd recommend putting some practice into this. It is a little precise and annoying if you mess it up. Otherwise, you do the rest of the section as any percent, doing the triple jump and the gate clip to skip the fight against the natives. In this section, one thing to note when killing these monkeys, you want to angle your camera to the left. Otherwise, as you can see, the monkeys will be aggroed like so. But if you angle your camera to the left here, no monkeys will be aggroed. Then you can do your triple jump much easier, not have to worry about coconuts or whatever it is they throw at you flying at your face. Makes life just a lot easier in this section, and I would recommend doing it. Proceed through the rest of the area like regular, doing the gate clip at the end, and just giving yourself a lot of time. In this area, we'll be collecting one idol and one shaman. Immediately head over to the right and destroy the breakable barricade underneath the altar and grab the idol underneath. From here, we'll head over to this rock and make a jump to the vine. There's two ways to get up to the shaman up top. One, you can mash upwards on the vines here to get yourself extra height and skip having to go through the other vines on the other side. It's a little bit faster way to get up to the shaman. If you don't want to do that, since it is a little tricky, and as I'd recommend just going for it, missing it does not cause that much time loss. You just fall down here, and then you just do it the regular way by jumping around the vines and getting up to the shaman. Once at the shaman, we'll be buying our second health upgrade. From here, we're going to roll over and head towards the Battered Bridge, performing the first part of Torch Skip. Again, if you don't know how to perform Torch Skip, I'd recommend watching Ripper's Any Percent tutorial, which is, again, linked in the description. Once inside of the Battered Bridge, you'll do this area just pretty much as any percent, except we don't have Rising Strike, so as you saw right here, you want to jump onto this little rock right here. If you run into it, you can kind of get on top of it, and then it'll let you jump up here. Or you can do double jump, you can do triple jump, and it'll get you up the wall just fine. And since we still don't have Rising Strike, the Torch Skip will also look a little different, but not nothing really insanely hard. Just some weird jumps. So right here, usually you would Rising Strike, but if you jump and do a spin kick, you can just get up the rock right. So, and then here he kind of does a weird hover right here. If you jump and then do another jump on this like little flying state right here, like when he's bumping up against this, if he jumps again, you'll kind of get like that, and then you can use that to do triple jump up onto this rock. And then from here, you can kind of do a really annoying jump over to this rock right here, onto this one, and onto this rock right here, which you can again do. You can do the same thing over here. You do the same thing over here where you get the hover, get up here, or it's like I'm trying to do. You can just land on the rock itself. Sometimes you'll hover like that, and you can just. It's not working in here. Yeah, like this. Sometimes you'll get like this, and then you can just do a jump and a spin kick, and it'll get you up like so. It's a little finicky. I would definitely recommend practicing it. It is kind of annoying to mess it up, but just some practice, and then you'll be able to get to this area easily. Once you get here, you're just gonna follow the any percent route with one minor change here. This part, usually, you would just rising strike up here and go along your way, but since we don't have it, there's two ways we can get through this part. One, you can do a triple jump, or you can do a triple jump right here and get you up the ledge just fine. Or you can grab the right side of this little block right here and jump up like this. Once you're in Jungle Trail, we're just going to follow this as any percent route would. We're not grabbing any of the idols in this area yet. Again, since no rising strike, you can just jump up on this rock to get up. No need to triple jump, unless you want to. And then grab the explorer behind the ladder. Get your 5 idols from him. And then go through the cave. If you want an in-depth tutorial about how to get to the cave, I would recommend checking out Ripper's any percent tutorial. He does a good job explaining it there. Once you're in flooded courtyard, you can do a little bit of a precise roll jump right here to bounce off the stairs and get you to the sprinting area faster. On this part right here, there's something we can do, because again, we don't have Rising Strike. If you mash A after getting out of this cutscene and jump into the lava, you can get it there, but if you do it correctly, like so, it'll send Harry back up here, or preferably sometimes you'll land right here. Now, if you don't get it, it's fine. Since we can't have Rising Strike, we can't go over here, get up. What we gotta do is head over to this little corner of the land right here, and do a triple jump to get over to the area. And you want to delay the hops. I see I didn't make it there, but you want to delay the hops for when you're midair, so you can get farther and make it up to the ledge like so. I don't think there's any other way to do this besides a triple jump in that corner, but I don't know. I haven't really messed around with it. Now, heading over here, up into this area, we're just gonna do torch skip like so, and torch skip is covered in many tutorials, the old way and the new way like I'm doing. So if you need specifics, I'd recommend checking out the one on my channel or Ripper's new the 5th part to his guide. And one thing, since you can't Rising Strike up this, you can do a triple jump down here to get up, or like how I did it, if you do over here and sprint across this gap, you can do a spin kick and skip it like so. Once you're in the twin outposts, you want to dive over here, or run over here, and get the idol below the bridge, and then head over to this little hut right here. This jump is really annoying, but if you do double jump, you can land on this spike and hopefully be able to jump up to the house up here. No guarantee, but it is just a stupid jump, and I just recommend practicing a little bit. It's just annoying. Then just head over to the well down here and go on your way. Once in here, we won't be saving this explorer in here just yet. Instead, if you need to, you can come over here and get a heal. But instead, we're going to head over here to this rock right here and do a little bit of a precise triple jump to get up here. This triple jump is really, really, really annoying. I would put a lot of practice into it. I still don't get it every time. It's just annoying. But if you don't like to do the triple jump, even though it is the fastest way through this area, you can head over to this rock right here and do a jump onto this pole and up onto the ladder, like so. Doing this is a little bit slower, but it is just, it saves you to have to do a triple jump, and I don't know, it's personal preference, really. Once in the Turtle Monument, we're just going to head over and follow any percent. You're not going to get any idols in this area just yet. Once in White Valley, we're going to go ahead and clip over in this wall over here. And if you need a tutorial on this, it is covered in Ripper's 80% guide. That wall is finicky and it takes some practice. But here, we're going to be using a new strat, using the canteen to clip through the wall. I have my video linked in the description if you need a more in-depth tutorial of that, since you've probably already seen the video if you are watching this. But if you haven't, it's linked in the description. I go over it, like explaining how you do it. If you need like a basic here, you just run, turn around to pick up an item, and it should clip you through the wall. Once you've arrived at the mountain sled run, you want to do this pretty much just regularly. Just make sure you don't grab the idol at the end here. If you grab the idol, it negates the effect of a glitch further in the game called Quantum Idol, where essentially we're going to be grabbing this idol twice. If you grab it now, well, you won't be able to do that, and you'll have to grab another idol somewhere else. Something you can do right here is if you don't go up that ledge and you jump right here, and then jump again, some reason Harry just gets a large amount of height, and you can just jump over the gate and not have to take damage, and it's faster than going up on the path to the right. Here's the split paths. Make sure you don't go in the mouth. That's where the idol is, and we don't want to pick that one up yet. I'll just make the jump over to the Shaman and buy breakdancing from him. Unfortunately, in this run, we are still going to have to perform the Spinges fight. I know, it's everybody's favorite, but it's what has to be done. If you want a better tutorial for the Spinges fight, I'd recommend just watching Ripper's tutorial, or generally anybody's on Discord. Probably tell you to do it. You just hit the Spinges. If you find your own route through it, but yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth because I hate this fight and I want it to just be over with as fast as possible. From here, you'll be jumping over to this area right here, and tubing across to grab the explorer trapped in ice over here. From here, just tube back, and then head over to the penguin den. I like to pull up my TNT right here, since it's more annoying to pull it out in the middle of ice and penguins than pulling it out right as you get out of the water. Once in the penguin den, we'll be running over to this ledge and jumping onto this rock, skipping having to do the annoying little bit of parkour across those ice, blowing up this ice wall and grabbing the idol inside. You can do a jump kick up. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you get a jump kick and you won't have to do the ledge grab here, but just make your way to the end from here. Doing your best to avoid the penguins, since, yes, everybody hates this room, not just you. Nobody likes it. See? The penguins.
Water is freezing.
From here, we'll be heading back to the jungle trail, but there is some extra steps before we get there. Typically, here, you would just do the same route, where you would sprint across the bridge and jump over there, but instead, we're going to save ourselves some time later, and we're going to head over here and grab this lever. When you do grab this lever, you want to angle your camera back towards here, because that's where you're going to be heading in a minute, and it's just more convenient to be looking this direction than not, and it's a lot easier to perform this jump if your camera is angled correctly. From here, just run over to Jungle Trail, where we'll be grabbing one of the two idols in the area. From here, pull out your TNT, and run over here. We'll be blowing up this monkey up here. Grab his idol, and then continue on your way, heading into the scorpion room. Don't go in the hole. We're going to be heading past it into the scorpion room. From here, use the scorpion as usual to get into the flooded area. The scorpions are a little buggy. They don't always work how you want them to, but eventually one will cooperate. You can get over to flooded caverns. Once inside of the flooded courtyard, we'll be grabbing our explorer to the left over here, or right, depending on which way your camera faces.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we'll be grabbing the idol directly below him. From here, there's two ways you can do this. I'll just be showing the way I prefer it. Head over to the statue over here, and I like to blow it up here. Although, if you would prefer, you can blow it up later when you're passing by. Something to note in this part, when you blow up this statue, make sure... Oh, it didn't do it there, but sometimes when you blow up the statue, depending where you're standing, like this, here you'll be glitched under the statue, and it's really annoying to get out. See, he's kind of like stuck. It's just annoying. So make sure when you do blow up the statue, you blow it up and then jump off. Also, another thing not to do, when you blow it up, when you blow up the statue, don't jump over here to this area. Otherwise, this will land on you, and now you're stuck inside. You can get out. It is just really hard and annoying like that. Sometimes it's just When you do blow it up, jump out over here in this direction, and be careful to head over to the waterfall again. Oh. Once you get into St. Clair's, you're going to be heading over to the left, right here, and doing a bit of a tricky jump. This jump has caused me a little bit of trouble in all my runs. I would heavily recommend practicing this, but basically, I'm going to stand on this ledge right here, aim at that tree stump, and dash, and then do a jump to this log, and then to the kind of center stump area right here of the other branch, so you can stand without having to worry about falling off the branch. From here, we're going to jump over to this pillar. You can dash or just do a jump. And then over to this tree. And then on top of the gate. This whole set of jumps is really annoying to do. I strongly recommend practicing it. Now, once you've reached this point, we're going to head over to this room to the right. And blow up the boxes in front of this tent. Blow up the boxes in front of this tent. You can do a spin jump to kind of get through the debris when it is here, and then grab the idol inside. From here, we're going to head over to the left, right here, and grab the explorer up in this cage up here. Right, just like so. Now, the reason we're doing this now instead of later is because these two idols we just picked up are part of a glitch called the Quantum Idol. The Quantum Idol pretty much allows us to pick up these idols twice, because once we come back in the area and it's nighttime, these same idols will still be spawned in, but because we picked them up during the daytime, they stay around at nighttime, since the game, we're technically not supposed to be here, and the game only checks if you picked them up from nighttime and then they wouldn't be here, but if you haven't picked them up, then they would be here. If that makes any sense at all. Probably didn't, but I would talk to Avasam if you need a better explanation. From here, we're gonna head over to this gate right here, and because later in the game, when we get through all the items secured at Sinclair's, we're not gonna have TNT to blow up this gate. So we're gonna head over here, blow up this gate, and then head over to this gate right here, blow it up, and grab the idol inside. Because you technically can't get TNT unless it is daytime, the Quantum Idol does not apply to that idol over there in the Scorpion room. Only to those first two, the one in the mirror room and the Explorer. Now, once we are here doing this jump, there's actually two ways to do it. One, the way that I've been doing it, is you do a triple jump, jump over to this ledge, and then jump up here. But recently, since Avasam discovered it, if you jump into this corner right here, I haven't practiced it much, but it's to roll maybe. You can get kind of like when the torch skip, you can get that hover, and it allows you to skip the triple jump. It's really finicky. I'm not quite sure how to get it yet. But if you, this is pretty new, so I don't really know how to do it. But essentially, if you rub your face into this corner, like that, you can get that hover right there, and then that'll allow you to jump up like that. There. Now, you can do either one, but practice it obviously, since you can see I haven't practiced it. That jump right there didn't go very well. But from here, you can just head back into flooded. Once you get into flooded courtyards, we're gonna head over to the statue that you just blew up, and then jump onto the statue's pieces. I think, what is this, his head, his hand, or something like that? I don't know. But, or like a piece of his head. I'm not sure. But from here, you can see this kind of ledge with this grunt on it. The grunt here blocks ledge grabs. So, you have to grab the corner, like this. That's the only way to get up. There's no other way, unless you want to kill him, but that's pretty slow. Just grab the corner, kill the guard, and then there's two ways you can go about this. You can jump up onto this platform and then to the boat, or what I like to do is you can just sprint across and then jump to the boat. It saves you a ledge grab and it's a bit faster. Then just blow up this little pillar right here and grab the idol inside. From here, this is where the main route and the current route, or it's the old route and the current route, deviate. The old route would head over to Monkey Temple skip and do that instantly, but with our current route, we're just going to head over and do the Shaman current right now because we don't have TNT later and it would be impossible. But right here, I actually found an easier way to do this part while making this video. For this jump right here, if you do originally, before I found this, you had to do a triple jump. It sucked. This triple jump it's not fun. I don't recommend doing it. See, I can't get it. But you have to do like a rolling triple jump off the corner, get you up on the ledge right there. But what I found, if you line yourself up with the corner right here, you can get this ledge grab. That's so much easier. I mean, you can just get there. It's a lifesaver. I recommend practicing this a bunch though, since missing this jump, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just unnecessary time loss. So just work on getting that little lineup down for the corner here. Aim Harry, get the grab, and then you're good. I'm gonna try to show you what the triple jump is, but I haven't done it in a while, and it's really hard. There, see, triple jump like that. Whatever. You can look at any of the other runs most people have done, and it'll show you the triple jump there. But yeah, just do the little corner ledge grab there, or the triple jump if you really feel like it. From here, blow up those spikes through TNT, jump over here, and onto this vine. I have died to that before in an actual run, and it's not fun. But from here, we're just gonna head up to this vine, and then to the top here where the Shaman is. Once at the Shaman, we're gonna be purchasing our first canteen upgrade, and then heading back down. Heading over to here, and back to Monkey Temple. Or back to Monkey Temple, skip, not the Monkey Temple. Or low. The quick heal there is always nice, since we have to do a little bit of an annoying triple jump. Now, at this part, we obviously don't have that cutscene skip we could do. So, again, just head over to the corner, do your triple jump. If you mess it up, you can sprint back over. It's no big deal, but get the triple jump, and then do Monkey Temple skip. And from here, we're just gonna head straight down. We're gonna head straight down the well. Again, rolling into the well to save you some time, and just heading straight underwater instead of having to climb down the ladder or jump into the water. Once inside the birding outpost, this time we will be collecting the explorer here by throwing our TNT at preferably at the base here, blowing up the two natives there, and then also throwing your TNT up at the hut, allowing you to just run over, jump up, put your TNT away, and have his idol out right as you get there. From here, we are again going to have to perform this annoying triple jump to get up to the ledge up here, or jumping up the ladder, whichever you prefer. From here, we're going to follow the same route we did before, heading up the wall right here, and then over to where we would clip into the teleport area. But instead of jumping onto that branch down there and clipping out of bounds, we're just going to jump onto the branch and then jump onto stable ground. From here, we're going to go over to this tree and land right here where we can walk, and then fall down to this ledge, breaking the big pot and grabbing the idol inside. After which, talk to the shaman and buy Smash Strike. Purchasing Smash Strike, head over to the other side of the Turtle Monument, where we'll be grabbing a sneaky idol hidden in the corner over here. From here, head over to this little corner next to the rubble and roll into this corner. Just carefully roll, sprint left and right until you can roll again and fall under. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a tricky jump involving you to position your camera like so, run, dash, and then do a jump and a kick into the cutscene over here with this guy. This will in turn give us heroic dive. This jump is a little tricky, as most jumps in this category are. I recommend practicing it, but the backup isn't too bad. You don't have to climb all the way back up. If you do mess it up, say whatever happens, you fall down. Okay. Now we're down here. If you position this kind of glowing jade as your beacon, you can jump up here and use it to find where you would stand, which you can then use to jump between these three little, I don't know what they are, like rocks, statues, and then head up to this top part right here. From here, you can sprint and jump over to the side, and then just carefully hug the wall and head over to him over here and activate the cutscene. Once you've received heroic dive, we're gonna head over here, break this pot. After which, we're going to see this jade right here. Throw your TNT at it until you see orc here, your base breaking, and then guide the bush guy over to this. You can't see it, but there is a kind of pressure plate over here that you need him to stand on. Then once he's stood on it, just head over here and grab your idol. Something to note now, you do have a heroic dive, so sprinting and jumping is going to be a little harder. This is something really annoying, but it's just what it is. Also, in this section, if you didn't fall down, and you just got straight to the cutscene, there would be a couple enemies down there that you'd have to deal with as well. But because I did fall down, they did despawn, so you didn't have to deal with them there. After you do get out though, head over to this pillar, blow it up, and head into the butterfly jade. Once you've entered the butterfly glade, head over to the waterfall over here, and carefully jump onto these two rocks, and over to your idol. Once you've got the idol, make sure you do a heroic dash, or dive, over there to save you some time. Do another dive here, then head across the water. Here, do be careful, make sure you go a little wide, because if you just go straight there, the crocodile will grab you as soon as you're touching land. It's a little bit of a bug, but it is what it is, so just be careful right there, and you should be fine. From here, jump over here and blow up the slug, then head down. Talk to the shaman here. I like to do a ground slam or whatever, smash strike, because kicking here is kind of annoying. And once you do talk to the shaman, we're going to be buying our mountain notes from him. Then just head back. over to where we just were and blow up these with your TNT and head over into the area. Once inside the Renegade Fort, you'll be blowing up these pillars again with the TNT, and then aiming at the floor right here and killing the native up there. Again, this TNT is a little annoying. Sometimes it doesn't get him, sometimes it does. Just make sure you do get him, otherwise it will lose you an unfortunate amount of time later on. From here, we'll be running over, grabbing the idol, maybe some health if you need it, and then back over to the tree. At this tree, we can run up on the tree in this little log right here, and then jump up here. Back at the beginning of the area, we can jump over to this rock over here, and up into like this little structure of rocks, where we can roll into this corner a little bit, and then jump up to this rock. This jump is a little precise, but if you aim it correctly and grab the ledge right here, because you cannot grab the ledge on the spikes, you can jump up and grab the idol, or the explorer, and grab his idol. From this point, you want to head over here, next to this rope, and activate the lever. Again, turning your camera around before you go, or as you're going, save you some time. Jumping across the ropes, as you can see I'm doing, and heading into your next area, the Renegade headquarters. Once inside, you'll just be running around this area like you would in a regular game. Of course, avoiding the boulders as best you can, although as you can see, I still get hit from time to time. Now, originally, the old route, we would blow up this slug right here to save us some time after we got the gas mask, but with Avasem's new route, we will be skipping getting the gas mask until later on in the game, which actually is kind of the whole point of the run, since this saves us much time and not having to do the gas mask fight. Before doing anything else, we're going to go over to this house and get the Shaman here, where we will buy our, well, originally you would buy a health upgrade, but I may as well just follow the script. You can buy a health upgrade here, or something else, if you want to save your health for somewhere else in the game. Since buying a health upgrade does heal you, usually you would buy it there to heal yourself before the boss fight, but since it's not there anymore, you can kind of change up the items if you see fit. Then we're going to head up this spiral which I just did, jump across these ropes, and get to the idol up top. After you grab the idol, you want to pull out your TNT, and then head over here. We'll be running across the top of that little maze we just did. In this little part, you can kind of hug the wall and just run against it. Saves you some time than having to grab the vine here, which we do have to grab it this side. From here, we are going to break the wall right here and get this explorer. Another thing to note about skipping the gas mask is gas mask actually gives you the ability to open your inventory and change items. Since usually it would be your 5th item you would acquire in vanilla, it gives you the option to open your inventory. But because we don't do it, we have to be very careful not to lose it, since we won't be able to get it back until we beat Puska, which also gives you the ability to item swap. After blowing up these slugs though, just do a triple jump and head back over to this area in the Renegade Fort. Something to note about this part though. If you have died in Flooded Courtyard, there's a chance you will deload in this area. If that happens, just stand still and let the mud drown you. It's the fastest way to die. If you deload, it's really annoying. Sometimes it happens. My running theory is it happens if you die in Flooded Courtyard, but I'm not sure. So if it does, just stand still. It's the quickest way. If that doesn't happen though, and after you die, come over here, flip the lever, and head under the gate. And then run over here and into this hole. Mashing A through this area to make you go faster. After coming out, grab the Shaman to your right, and we will be buying the mystery item here. The reason we buy the mystery item here is because if you do a special trick, it allows you to dive across here and into the water, skipping would usually come up, again, sorry about the Discord, usually come up as a text box right here. So if you do it quick enough, As you can see, it's a text box, but because I didn't, now there's a text box on my screen. So just do your best to practice that. It doesn't save you too much time, but it is effective. Once in flooded caves now, we'll be trying our best to hug the left side. These eels and enemies in here are on a set pattern, so if you want to learn them, you can. My my route through it is just to hug the left side pretty much, and then go up and down, usually going to the left of that tree. I don't exactly have the eel route memorized here. I just kind of have a general area I go and hope it works each time. See, like right here, depending on how fast you go, if you just go up, if you go above the eel and then below it, it should avoid any hits. And head into Bittenbinder's camp. Once in Bittenbinder's camp, we are going to be pulling out our TNT here, getting the slug, and then blowing up the branch right over there. The slug, and then grabbing the idol over to your right. From here, we're going to be diving across the water here, or jumping, as I did, and heading back over to where you wouldn't usually get here in any percent in this area. Doing a triple jump to get up here. From here, once you get, you're just going to perform the glitches regular, running through the wall, coming up here. Do it however you wish, just do the glitch here to get around. But here, you're going to want to pull a TNT, and instead of trying to clip over the wall, we're just going to fall in here, since the glitch, unless you're really good at it, or unless you're pretty much Shaman or Ripper, this is just the faster way. Just head over here, blow up the wall right here with your TNT, and dive into the water.
The Spanish were about to invade our... You are the...
So that.
And once through all that, we're just going to head back up through this wall, diving through it, and activating the cutscene to give us Rising Strike. Do this as regular, hitting this platform, and activating the second cutscene, which would give us Slingshot. And take a notice to your inventory, what you would usually have in slot 2 has now been replaced with Slingshot in both slots. Why it does that is because Slingshot is hard-coded to go into the second slot, but because there's already an item there, it replaces it in the second slot and puts it in the blank slot in your inventory. But because we've grabbed Canteen, originally that would be the TNT in that spot, but we've managed to save TNT and replace it with the tube, which gives us 2 Slingshots and also the TNT. I didn't mean to do that, but that does give me an opportunity to show off this, which I actually didn't know about too recently. There's a backup ledge right here, which allows you to come back up, saving you a lot of time when having to come back up here. And then instead of having to go all the way around and breaking that tree in the distance over there, yeah, it's a nice find. It's a nice addition, I guess, to the game. But instead of hitting that guy over there in the helicopter, I still don't know his name with your slingshot. We're just going to ignore him, head over here and get the idol, and then do a dive back over to this island. And here, we're never actually going to free him. We're just going to kind of ignore him, again, diving over here, and finally being able to Rising Strike up the ledge, and head in to the statues area. Once here, we're going to go over to our left and get the idol up here, using our newfound Rising Strike, or if you really want to, you can triple jump. I don't know why you would. Get the idol up here, and then we're just gonna jump over here to this branch, run over here, and use a ground pound, or I don't forget what it's specifically called. Smash strike, I think it is, to grab the idol below this kind of tomb area. And then doing... Oh, I did not know you could fall off there. That's news to me. But from here, we're gonna do a little bit of precise dive to the next area over here, and then head back to the Great Tree. Or I guess to the Great Tree, since we haven't been there yet in this route. Once in the Great Tree, we're gonna go ahead and jump onto this branch right here, and then onto the mushroom, heading over to the vine, which we are going to use to get over to this idol over here next to this monkey. Now from here, we're going to shoot this little target right here to lower the water level, and then take out our TNT, like so. From here, we're going to do a smash strike to make sure we fall down the fastest, and then blow up this lip right here, grabbing the Shaman inside, and buying the Super Sling upgrade. From here, we're going to head back out of the Great Tree into the altar area. Once in the altar of... I don't really know how to say that. It's in the altar area. We're going to head over to this kind of broken propeller area. And you can do this kind of two ways. You can do a jump right here, or a run and jump right here. Be careful not to dive to get up here. Or the kind of safer way, how I like to do it, is jump up here and then... Oh, that's never happened. I didn't... Okay, so be careful with the natives. I guess they can hit you. But jumping up on like the tip of the engine here, you can, if it'll let me stand, you can sprint and do a jump there. To me, that's a lot easier than the below option, but it's personal preference, like a lot of things in this game. Once in the boss fight area, we're just gonna head over here, get our heal, which you will desperately need if you're low, and then we're just gonna tank all of the shots and shoot down the pillars, or no, the stands of his thing. Ignore his attacks, they'll just hit you, and you can just tank right through them. Just make sure you shoot the pillars down. From here, take out your TNT after you've absolutely destroyed the boss, and blow up this pillar right here, grab the idol inside. After that, you can finally shoot down this annoying girl right here, which I heavily dislike, and head into the next area, which we will now be losing our TNT. Since Torch replaces the third item slot, TNT is gone. For this section in the cave here, we can actually do one of two things. One, we can just kind of wait it out here, letting it do its thing, kind of slowly going forward and eventually blowing up the rock. Or what you can do, or what you can do here, instead of activating this, you can head over to this rock right here, and then just kind of clip through the wall. And there you go. Way faster, looks way cooler. But I guess the preferred thing to do is to activate it just in case it doesn't work, since sometimes this clip is a little finicky and doesn't want to put you through. But just to be safe, you do that. You don't have to. Then we're just gonna head over here, doing a dive to skip the last platform, and heading back into the altar. Once in the altar, we'll be heading over here, burning this cobweb, and then putting our torch away. Heading over to this little lava area over here, and sprinting across it to the island in the middle, and grabbing our next idol. After picking up this idol, we'll be picking our torch up again, and then heading over to the left, where we would usually perform torch skip to skip, Now, just blowing it up with ease, burning it down, I guess. Now back in the battered bridge, we are going to put our torch away, and then start a little bit of a complicated route. You see these bushes right here? There are, I'm not sure how many, I'll add an editor's note how many on the screen right now, but there's X amount of these bushes around the map. When you run into them, a bird flies away, and once you run into all of them, an idol will appear. So I'll be showing you where all of those are. One is right here, the next one is right here, one is right here, and then we'll be running down and grabbing the sneaky little shaman right here below the ledge. From here, we'll be buying our native notes, and then getting this next bush right here. From here, we're going to jump up and get the next bush right around the corner, right next to this tree, then heading over and running across the bridge. Be careful on this bridge not to sprint too much. If you want to, you can, but it is dangerous since this bridge, I've died many times on it and lost stupid seconds to it. Stupid amount of seconds. Once I cross it, we'll just be jumping down and getting this next bush right here. And then almost to the end here, we'll be grabbing this one right here. A bush on top of this wall for some reason. And then our second to last one right over here next to the well. And now, oh, I got a rare glitch. I'm not actually sure why this happens, but sometimes here, I'm gonna put a save state to mess with this more later. If you do this and then get your final bush right here, 2 idols spawn here. It's weird if you do this and then pick this idol up and then get the bush, kind of a phantom idol appears. You can't actually interact with it or pick it up. I don't really know why it happens, but it does. So there's, I guess, a neat trick. I don't know why it happens. It's kind of rare, but it is a thing that happens for some reason. It's just a sign of Pitfall being broken. From here, we're gonna head over to the tower, where we've been several times already. Once you get to the tower, just head over to the right like you've done before, and head over to the ramp and up the vines. Now that we have Rising Strike, we don't have to do the weird wall grab clip thing. We can just Rising Strike up here, then head over to the tower. Now, using that level we flipped before, we can just head up this area and over to this breakable ground where there's a hidden shaman underneath. Wake up the shaman, and we will be buying our native notes from him. After purchasing your native notes, head over here, where we'll be doing a little bit of a tricky jump to this vine, and then over to the idol over here. From here, just head back over to the jungle trail for the millionth time, and not the last time of this run. In the jungle trail, again, we are going to be ignoring the idol in the monkey area. I guess it is personal preference when you pick it up, but it is kind of just convenient to pick it up later on. You can, in any of these runs actually, you can pick up either of the monkeys whenever. Preferably that TNT one when we did, because of otherwise you're gonna have to backtrack. Because again, we don't have TNT. But from here, we're gonna use the scorpions again if they will cooperate. To head up here and back into the flooded courtyard. Around the flooded courtyard, we're going to be going over into the captured area, where it will now be set to nighttime since we've picked up the metal at the Bitminer's camp area. If you want to go faster here, you can kind of use your dive here and skip having to swim a little bit. And then just running into the excavation camp. once we get into the excavation camp, we're gonna kick over this gate and run over to this, I guess, metal wall or gate right here, and roll into the corner here, which will kind of push Harry into it and the floor. And as you can see, just walking here, it's pushing me underground. But if you sprint, it goes faster. So roll into the ground here, and then sprint. It'll clip you over here, and then just pull this lever. From here, you're gonna aim over at this guard over here, and go sprint and kill him, or he will detect you and grab the tube in this tent. Now, depending on how fast you do this part, that guard right there that's walking, that just turned around, you'll be in a wide variety of areas. Depending on where he is, you can jump over those crates and go around him. But if he is where he is, like right now, you just gotta go over and kill him, and then continue on. Grab the pickaxe over here, and then you want to get caught. After getting caught, kick open the gate again and head over this direction, where we're gonna be rescuing this explorer again, who we previously rescued in the daytime, or I guess grabbed the idol from in the daytime. From here, we're gonna head open to that gate we opened just now and go to the right. Over here, opening up this gate now and pulling out our pickaxes. From here, we're going to be clipping through this wall using a pickaxes, which this is only possible because every time you do like a pickaxe thing, you see it kind of pushes Harry through the wall a little bit. Just like so, that little like bump right there. It's the only reason that's possible. So roll into this wall so you get like a better kind of foundation in it, and then roll forward, cancel. Just do the pickaxe, cancel. Spin, cancel. And eventually, if you do this enough, Harry will just go through the wall. And there you go. Put it away and grab the idol for the second time. Now, roll again and just escape. From here, put your pickaxes away, and then run back over to the boxes we were at before. Jump up on top of them, and then you can do this one of two ways. You can do it from here, jump over onto this ledge, or you can do a rising strike up here from here. Depends on where you want to stand. Now, here there's a few different ways to go about this. Yeah, don't stand still on that. A few different ways to go about this jump here. How I like to do it is if you quickly roll into this and then do a rising strike, it'll get Harry up like so. But alternatively, you can do a triple jump here to get up. Nope, not like that. Like that. There. And then to jump up. And here, make sure you do a jump spin kick and then a dive over this part, or sometimes you get stuck. And then this is the part I recommend practicing a lot. These guard rotations they're so annoying in runs. But just make sure you jump around and down, take out this guard, and then grab the torch in here. We're just gonna head back over here, and then take out the guard, running straight right here. Now sometimes, depending on how fast or slow you do this part, you can just skip this guard, but it depends on how fast you're doing it. But you want to practice the cycles here. They can be really annoying. And then again, there's another guard over here, which I just took out. After taking these guards out, you're going to want to grab the gas mask and pull it out here. And then go take out your final guard before heading back inside.
Looks like the remains of a fire.
Letting these open the gate. And not pulling out your pickaxe, but running around the area and grabbing the 4 medals and the canteen here.
With Sinclair.
From here, grab your TNT, but we still can't open our bag, so we don't have it, but luckily we managed to blow up the wall earlier in the run. So now we can just run out and leave. Now, since we don't have TNT, we're just gonna go hug the wall, and one of the grunts will blow up the TNT here for us, and then we can just run out. From here, we're just gonna make our way back over to the cave that where we first came out of. We get on the sprint. I believe it's called the Jungle Trail. Heading up this bridge, and then you can just run across. No need to jump. Save you some time. And now we do have Rising Strike, so we don't have to do that annoying triple jump anymore. Before you get to the Jungle Trail, though, I do recommend pulling out the torch since you can't see anything in the cave, and it just makes life easier. When you do get to the end here, though, I do recommend going on top of this rock and then jumping onto the ladder from there, since it'll save you some time from having to run up from the bottom. Once we get to the top, put your torch away, and then finally, we're going to be grabbing this idol right over here. Now, from here, we're just gonna head over, and head over to the right over here, and then there's 1 to 2 ways to do this. I'm just gonna kill this guy because it's gonna get in my way. One, you can do this slightly annoying jump where you jump over here and dive across. It is the faster of the two, but messing it up is really, really annoying, and I don't know. I don't like to do this one. Personally, I prefer to do the any percent route where we head over here and just kind of do the slower around the tower method. But it's both ways work. It's whatever you prefer. And then whenever you do get over here, you can just sprint up the wall here to avoid the crocodile. Now, in Firebomb Tower, this part is a little bit of a mess due to the fact that we don't have TNT. Now, originally, we would have TNT here, so we should blow this up or hit it with the shield in a regular playthrough. But because we don't have that, we are instead going to sprint around here, and yeah, I didn't get it there, but we're going to sprint around to the left and not dive. Sprint to the left, and then hopefully get the ledge grab. As you can see, it's a little bit of a tricky jump. There you go. I don't believe you can ledge grab right here, so try to aim to the middle. I don't really know, but I always try to aim for the middle there. And then just go through the rest of this like regular. Heading over here. Not getting hit by the fire there. Pretty optimal. And then just heading into the Puska fight. Once in the Puska fight, you can find a tutorial on this in Ripper's N% tutorial, but essentially just run to the right of him, hit him a bunch in a circle, and everything will be pretty simple. Oh. Preferably don't miss that last hit, but you know, it is what it is. If you need any help with the Puska boss fight, check out Ripper's N% tutorial. I won't be going over it in this tutorial, but if you want, you can just follow what I'm doing here. There is a general setup for it. I don't know why I dived there. Oh. And there you go. There's the Puska fight. From here, just mash through the cutscenes like you normally would. And then after this, you have a little bit of movement. After this cutscene, you have a little bit of movement. So make sure you're holding down and start sprinting immediately. Once you're back in Firebomb Tower, head over to the left and grab this idol in this tent over here. Then head over here, hopefully not getting hit by any of the TNT. And jump over onto this blimp. And then you can just sprint across these two and up here. From here, just make your way across over to this part. And now, since we do have our inventory unlocked, I recommend replacing your torch. Hold down the inventory button and pull the TNT. From here, you can simply blow up the pillars, hopefully both of them, and jump across to the Explorer, who has 5 idols waiting for us. Once you fall, I recommend pulling out the gas mask and then heading back up to the tower area, where we will be going right and up onto this pillar right here, and over into the ladder of mills or miles. I don't know. Ladder of miles, I think it is. And then here we're going to be using our gas mask and then just walking through the slugs, since this is actually faster than blowing them up. After using them, replace the gas mask with your torch, and then head back up the ladder into the penguin den. Everybody's favorite spot, right? Once you get into the penguin den, just head over to the left, jump up onto the rock, and then over to the rest of the area and do it as you normally would. Sprinting through here is something I would recommend practicing. It is a little risky, but you can do it if you want to. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend it for newer players. This is just a tough area. There you go. Typical penguin there, showcasing why everybody hates this area. The double hit. The quadruple hit. Am I stuck here? Can I even? Okay. Yeah. I hate penguins. I hate them so much. But once you get out of here, pull out your TNT and then head over to the left here. And over here, out the left wall, blow up the ice wall, and then head into the teleporter area. From here, make sure you keep your TNT out this whole time, and you're gonna take the teleporters twice. Healing here, I would recommend if you're low, and then just sprint out into the underground dam. The underground dam. Welcome to everybody's least favorite part of the game, for at least this type of speedrunning. This is an area I very much recommend practicing. It is so annoying. It'll lose you so much time if you get it wrong. So please practice this. But once you pull up the wall, head over here, do a dive onto this little dam right here, and then rising strike up onto the pillar. From here, head over here, where we'll be doing a roll kick to get into here. And then don't break these, instead get up here and throw TNT into this corner up here. Hopefully this will break the box under you and the Shaman, but if it doesn't, that's fine, as long as you get the Shaman. Now here, what I like to do, I like to buy extra health, just because this area is annoying, but depending on how much health you have, you can go for Canteen or Jungle Notes. It is personal preference. But for the sake of showing it off, we'll just get the extra HP. Then after that, grab your idol. And then we're going to do a little bit of a tricky jump right here. Angle yourself to the right, and then you can do a rising strike and you'll catch the ledge. Then just head up, avoiding all the chaos that's going on around me, and head into the abandoned cavern. Once here, go to the right and dive onto this wooden platform right here, and then to this little island to the left. Now, once you enter this little area, if you do miss the timing to get over to the island on the other side, which doesn't happen very often, you can do a triple jump and get up. It is a little tight though, so just be careful with that. Otherwise, just head over here, climb up this ladder, and then this porcupine, one of my least favorite placements for enemies. I really dislike him, but we're gonna ignore him. Instead, jump down here. Oh, instead jump down here and do a spin kick into this area, where we can then do a ground smash strike to get down to the next section. What I like to do here is break that wall while this is pulling out his idol, and then grab the explorer. From here, we can continue over to this section to break this wall, then do a rising strike up here, and then onto the ladder. From here, just backtrack, head back to where we were before. And from here, we're going to do a dive onto this little box right here, and then a dive onto this wooden platform, and then hopefully on top of the rock. Now, if you do miss it, you can head over here onto this rock, onto this platform, jump onto the little corner of this tube, and then do a rising strike, and you'll get up just fine.
Gotta slide
From here, just head over, get the rope, and head into the crystal cavern. Once in the crystal cavern, take out your torch, and then over to the left here, we'll be climbing up these platforms and jumping onto these ropes.
Oops, gotta slide down.
From here, make sure you don't go onto the stage. I'm not really quite sure where the boundary for this is, but you can go kind of far into it without activating the boss fight. But if you go any further, like this, there's a boss fight. So instead, we're going to head over to this section right here, do double jump, and then a ground pound, or smash strike. And as you can see, there was no sound of that smash strike, which then allows us to run up like so. Or alternatively, you can roll, just the smash strike does give you more height, as you can see. So get the silent smash strike, then you can walk or sprint up this rock like so. Then jump onto this little area you can stand on. Do a rising strike, run along the wall, and then hopefully skirt on that like so, although you can land in this corner. And then pull out your TNT and break this rock wall. We're not going to go in there yet though. Instead, we're going to head over to the Eyes of Doom section. The Eyes of Doom, there is a few ways you can do this. One, you can dive across like so, skipping out to go in the middle, or alternatively, you can just run across the middle, but there is no way to do it from this side. So for here, we are going to have to just run across the middle. Now this third jump, you can technically dive across from here, but it's really annoying. As you can see, I don't like to do this one. Instead, I just like to go across the middle, avoiding the cannon shots, and flicking the lever. Once you do get the third lever, head up to this little platform that's been opened, and then go up here where you can heal if you need. But instead, go to the rope, under this rope, and then onto these pillars right here, where you'll be running on top and grabbing this idol next to the scorpion. From here, you can just drop down to the bottom and exit back to the crystal cavern. Once back in the crystal cavern, we're going to be taking a left and getting the shaman we rescued previously. But do be careful of the scorpion here. It can hurt you and kill you while you're in the cutscene here. Once we're in the idol though, the idol shop, we're gonna be buying our canteen, or our next canteen upgrade, and then heading back. For here, you can just sprint across. Make sure you don't go backwards here though, otherwise you will activate the boss fight. But the nice thing about the Pitfall is that uh, all that type of stuff is one way, so you can just run through them. I did not mean to fall down there, but usually you'll sprint off the ledge there, get down to this platform, put your TNT, blow it up here, not blow your torch before you get the idol, but obviously after so you can see, and then head up this ladder. Here, we're going to be avoiding these scorpions, and then grabbing the rope here, and then simply leaving. Back to the abandoned caverns. With all these sections of the game, or this particular part of the map, I cannot stress enough how much I recommend practicing them. Messing up here just causes so much time loss. It's not worth not practicing. But once we get in here, we're gonna grab to this rope and jump from up top, and then do a little bit of a tricky jump, sprinting and then jumping here to get into this rope. Hopefully not diving, because if you dive, you will drop down into the void below. From here, jump on top of these boxes and sprint over to where our idol is up top. Next, hopefully you don't get hit by those boxes, but we're just gonna head over to this little mud area and slowly fall down, where there's a nice little idol for us down here. And then once you do roll through the hole, make sure you're mashing A so you go faster, and then head up the ladder. Now from here, we're going to be using the same thing we used before, the silence ground smash strike against this wall right here. Double jump, smash strike, make sure it's silenced, and then we can simply sprint up it and head into the underground dam. From here, make sure you're mashing A so you can get the shorter version of this cutscene here, otherwise it goes over and zooms into a grunt and it's just really long and annoying. Here, you can pull out your torch. I recommend pulling out your torch, and then heading over here and rolling to this area. Grab the idol, and then pull your torch out again, and then leave. This section can be really buggy sometimes, so just be careful about that. It's a little messy. But from here, we're just gonna dive off, not missing the metal part right here, hopefully landing on the next kind of upper area, and then heading back over here. From here, pull out our pickaxes and climb up the wall. Once in the teleporters, we are only going to be taking the teleporters once, not twice. Be careful of that. I've done that before, and it's just annoying having to go through all the teleporters. You just lose a lot of time from it. And then after leaving the caverns, make sure you don't put the pickaxes away, because we are going to be using them straight away here. Take a left and head over to this sheet of ice here, which we can climb up. Down to the top here, and then go right. You see the idol right over there? That's where we are climbing to. Alright, from here, drop down and then grab your idol. Then heading back to where we just were, we're gonna head over here, around this pillar of rocks, and then jump on top of this little pointer statue right here. Using this guy, we're going to be doing a jump up here, and then a smash strike to break through the floor and grab our next idol. After such, we will simply head out the exit right here. Once in the spinner's lair, pull out your tube, and then start heading forward in the water, heading towards this little bump of ice right here. Once you get on top of it, pull out your pickaxes, and then climb up. dive to the next pillar. Again, climb up. And then here, this is a little dangerous due to all the TNT being chucked at you. But we are going to be diving onto this wall of ice, getting as fast as we can. Hopefully avoid the grunts hitting us with TNT. Put your pickaxe away, head through here, and grab your next idol. After which, you can just dive back, run past the war zone happening here, and then grab your freestanding idol right here. And then run up the pathway, ignoring all the spinches that spawn here. Once in this area, these spinches will jump out of the ground. These will mark where they will all be to get an idol, so remember where they all are. So for now, just run at them and they'll dive into the ground. Follow them as such until you get to this part over here, where the last one jumps up here. After you get the last one to jump, start doing your spinning right here. You can do that attack, and you can just get him. I recommend, after you kill him, pulling out your TNT, so you can just hopefully not get hit, but just blow up his snowball here and take him out. After which, we're going to be running into the center ice block and grabbing the idol from here. After grabbing your idol, head to the left, where you'll be heading onto this little snowbank right here. If you can even jump up on top of it, because Harry seems to not want to. And then head over here to the waterfall, and this convenient little snowman right here, which hidden inside of it is a shaman. From the shaman, again, we're going to bang our next canteen upgrade. And then heading over to the left, where there is a idol right here. After grabbing the idol, if you're fast enough, you can jump and avoid that hit, but if not, just take him out and then pull your TNT. Head over to the left, and then just go for a while until your next spinja spawns, like so. Take him out, then up here, take him out, to the right a little bit, and then your next three are over here, one's right here. The next one is actually where or the next two where we came out originally. Just sprint over here, around this area, and then start doing your breakdancing ability, which sometimes will hit the snowman, or the snowballs, and sometimes you'll just take damage and you look like an idiot. So, hopefully you do the damage. From here, we can do a little bit of a precise rising strike and get up here, where the next guy will come out. Just throw your TNT at him, and your idol should pop up. Although sometimes this idol is a little buggy and doesn't pop up immediately. Or you just missed one, and you gotta go back and do it again. From here, head back to where we came out of into this level, and then walk down to the water here, where we will be pulling out our tube and going to the little land across the way here. From here, head over to where there for some reason is no textures, and you can just walk on it and do a rising strike up to the top area. Do a rising strike. You know what? Sometimes this game just doesn't want to work with you, and that's okay. Welcome to Pitfall. But after such, we're going to be clipping through this wall right here. Do a double jump into the wall, and then a silenced ground pound into this corner. You can then roll, and it'll clip you into here, right here, into this little area right here. From here, you can just run around and out the back of the door. Practice that a little bit, because messing that up does send you off the end of the map, and it's no fun when you get kicked off the end of the map. But once here, take a left, jump up here, avoid this penguin, grab this little bit of a dangerous idol here, just in the middle of the void, and then I'll jump on top of it, avoid more penguins, and head up here. From here, you can heal. I recommend healing for the next section, because if you don't go in there with enough HP, you will lose minutes of time. From here, run straight forwards, Hopefully not getting absolutely destroyed by these penguins. And then taking a left. Rear pull your TBT, blow up the wall, and head inside. Now here, there is two ways you can do this section. One, the slower option, is you can throw TNT to break the ice. Or, practice a little bit, you can jump at it and do a spin kick, and it'll break it all the same. The reason I say if you die here, you have to do all of it over again in these minutes is because we're grabbing a lot of idols in this section. And there is, if you die because you don't have enough HP, you have to grab all of them over again and do all of this again. Which sucks. So don't die. But from here, we're going to be grabbing 3 idols in this area. 2 I just showcased. And our last one is to the left over here.
Gotcha.
And then heading forwards. Rise and strike up to the Explorer up here. It's very conveniently placed for us in grabbing distance. Break his ice, and hopefully you break it when you do a rising strike, but I did not. And grab his 5 idols. From here, we could just drop down and grab our idol to the left here, and then sprint forward. Take out the spinges if you can, otherwise they kind of clog up the area. And grab your next idol over here. In this section, we will be grabbing 4 idols and 1 shaman, so just be careful of that. There's your 3rd, and here's your 4th and final, right here. Now, while grabbing the shaman, this spinja can hit you, so if you have low HP, be careful, because it can kill you. Once here, I would buy your jungle notes or canteen upgrade, either one works, and then jump down. Again, spin kicking here, and you can just do a dive here if you want to be fancy, or jump across. Once in the Valley of Spirits, head over to the right. We'll be doing a rising strike, getting to the platform, and then going to the left. Hopefully avoiding the penguins, and then taking another left. We'll be heading up in between these 2 pillars into this section, and heading up here, not missing your rising strike, and then dropping down where luckily there are no penguins, and blowing up our favorite idol right here and grabbing it. Now, once at the door here, there are 2 ways to do this. There's an out of bounds clip, or you can clip to the wall with the pickaxes. First way is you kind of gotta get onto this and get Harry into this state, and then do a smash strike. Then, with Harry, you can run through the wall here eventually, and then just kind of roll, and you'll get to the door into the hitbox, the load zone. Or, what you can do, roll into the door, pull out your pickaxes, and then do what we did at the excavation camp and slowly click through it. Whichever you do is personal preference. The clip is obviously faster, but if you can't get the clip down, it's totally fine. Pull out your pickaxes and get to the door. Something to be careful about though, sometimes it just ricochets you back and you don't get through the door. I don't really know why, but it just does. After getting here though, head over to the right and climb up this ice wall. Once on top, run over to this kind of mound of rocks, and jump up here, and then to the very top, where there is a convenient idol for us to sit here. We're gonna avoid these spinges, I think they're called, and head over here to this hand, and grab your next idol, just chilling in the corner right here. After grabbing this, pull out your pickaxes, and then head over to the ice wall. Move the Explorer inside, and then after which we're going to be dropping off to the bottom left here. Right here. From here, you can sprint against this wall, get up onto the ledge, and then just sprint across the lake here. And then head over to this little section of the wall right here, where this lip of snow meets this kind of corner that's sitting under the wall. From here, you can just sprint into it, and eventually it'll clip you through, but do be careful. It could just send you into the void if you go too fast here. From here, turn around, head over to this area. We'll be jumping onto this little area, and then diving into the load zone. Now, welcome back to the mountain sled run, where we were just a little bit ago in the run. But don't run forward. Be careful you don't do that. Instead, we're going to jump onto this little pointer statue thing right here, and spin into the corner with our pickaxes 3 times. 3 or 4 times. Sometimes it doesn't work. After which, you get up here. We're going to be doing a trick that I actually discovered myself. Where if you sprint, the same thing that we were doing at the geyser skip, you sprint, turn around, pick up an item. And eventually, it'll clip you through the wall like so. Or, if you want, you can do it in this corner, where you have a higher chance to either clip through that wall, or the wall on the left. Yeah, I'll try to showcase going through this little snow wall right here. There, like this, because if you go through here, you just gotta go around, and then head up to here. Make sure you jump after doing this trick though, because Harry's feet are on the ground. It'll make the next part either really hard or impossible. But from here, do a double jump, silence, ground pound, or smash strike, and then sprint up the wall. Make sure you're going straight, so you end up here, and then run along here, where you'll be deploying our tube. Hopefully before you fall down. I would advise deploying the tube up the very top, but you can do it down there, it doesn't matter. And then doing the mountain sled run as normal, but the reason we do that is because now we can get out of our sled, or our tube. So, remember that idol I told you to avoid at the very beginning? We're going to be heading over there and not running into it. Right before you go to like run through it with your tube, make sure you get out of your tube and instead pick it up with Harry's hand and then walk into it. It sounds a little confusing, but it's not really. Harry picks up the idol with his hands, and then for some reason, because you would push the statue over with the tube, the statue also counts as an idol, so you actually get to pick up 2. Just so head into the mouth, and then step out of your tube just by picking it up. Be careful here though, because sometimes you can throw the run if you go into it too fast, because you would only get the 1 idol. Make sure you carefully grab the idol here. As you can see, there's 1, it played the sound, then walk into it. There's 2, it played the sound again. It played a different sound, but it still played the sound. Once through here, just head down and head back into the Spinja fight. Luckily, we don't have to do this fight again. Instead, we can just head over to the left here and jump down back to the White Valley. From here, take a look over to your left, where there is a Shaman just sitting here. From this Shaman, we're going to be buying our next canteen upgrade. And then heading over to this little area right here, where you can kick out the ice here and head into the Cavern. Once inside, place your pickaxes, and then head over to this ice wall, which we will be scaling up and heading over to the right. Once here, do a dive across here, and then a dive onto this island right over here, and then start spinning with your pickaxes, making sure to take out all 4 penguins. putting your pickaxe away, and then grabbing the idol right here. And yes, it always lags in that spot. I don't know why, but it does. And from here, we're going to be doing a glitch called the, I don't really know what it's called, I just call it the tube jump, where you get over here, spam A, and Harry will go up with the tube, allowing us to go over to the Shaman over here. From this Shaman, we're going to be getting our last canteen upgrade. From here, just head straight through over here. And then preferably avoiding that rock so you don't get into the situation. We're going around the pillar here and over to this exit in this area. Now, what's nice about this is it takes us from the end of the game right back to the very beginning, where we were just about an hour ago. From here, just go backwards with your tube, put it away, then sprint over and head over behind the waterfall where there's a idol just sitting here. Then dive back and grab that idol on the island right in front of you. After grabbing these idols, head back across to this area, on top of these crocodiles, through these face pillars. Hopefully not into the gaping hole before, but you know, you can do that if you want. After which, we are not going to be grabbing the Shaman just yet. Instead, we're going to be jumping across these vines and heading over to this area in front of us. Jumping across the crocodiles as you would. And into the Panshu Shrine. I think that's how you say it. I have Panshu. I have no idea. Don't ask me to pronounce half the things in this game. I couldn't tell you how to do it. Jump, dive into these, and then you can just sprint across these. Low jump if you wish. And then head over here and get the first one and the third, like little pressure plate right here. We can then do a rising strike to get up here, and then jump up to this one. From here, it doesn't really matter which one you do first. I like to grab the skull first, grab the edible handed, then drop down, hold your torch, and then rescue the explorer here.
Merci, merci beaucoup.
From here, you should have all the idols you need to finish the game. Head over here, jump on top of this rock. Hopefully onto the ladder. Sometimes the jump's a little tricky. And then head to the right, back to where we just were. From here, and head over, back up to where we were before, and go back to that shaman we ran past. Here's your last stretch, doing your last little run across here. Getting the vine, heading across. And buying Shaman. Now, fingers crossed, let's hope you didn't forget any idols. You can then purchase your final health upgrade and split right as the book goes away. And that's the 100% tutorial. I hope this was helpful. And then again, for the 100th time, check out Ripper's Any% tutorial, where you will find the tricks I did go over in this video. And then some of the other tutorials I have linked in the description for other general jumps and tricks and stuff like that. Hope this was helpful.